What's going on today, guys? Hope you're having a great day. I've been wanting to make this video for quite a while. I guess I never made it. It's about Cannabinoid Hyperemesis Syndrome. Um, Something that this has greatly affected my life for the past 10 years, if not more. I wish I could put it into words how much it actually. We'll get into it, I guess. So, without further ado, Cannabinoid Hyperemesis Syndrome. I guess I'll just explain briefly what it is first. There's not a whole lot of research on it. Ever since weed was legalized, it's been happening a lot more, but the first case was in, I think, 2004 in Australia. It's often misdiagnosed as anorexia or IBS or other stomach problems, but it's essentially, I don't even know the science behind it, but weed fucks with the regulation in your head and it gives you this crazy illness, and it's very rare. None of my friends have it. Nobody I even really know has it, so it's I don't even really tell people because nobody understands. But it's if I put all the issues in my life into one box, this is probably the biggest issue that would take up the most space in that box. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'll say my story. I watched a lot of videos on YouTube. There's a couple out there of people saying their experience with this as well, just like I'm doing right now, and saying their story. Those videos greatly helped me in the past, so I thought I'd just make another one. I don't know if I'll be as well spoken as those guys. I don't fucking make YouTube videos, but I'm gonna try. So here's my story. So we'll rewind. I was about 12 or 13. First time I ever smoked pot. Fell in love with it. Started smoking like pretty much every day. I come from a family of smokers, so there's always weed lying around. It was very easily accessible. Pretty much, it's hard to say this and not sound like a douchebag, but pretty much not a single day went by where I didn't smoke pot. All through high school. Like, anyways, I remember one time I was getting up for school, about grade 9, and I went to the bus stop, and I felt like something was just wrong, man. Something was wrong. I felt my stomach just felt so fucked, and I threw up. Did not feel good. Went back in the house, hopped in the shower, and instantly I felt better. And I was just playing video games all day. My dad's like, "Why aren't you at school? You're not even sick." Blah blah blah. And I honestly didn't know what the fuck was going on, so I didn't think much of it. Next day it happened again, but I was able to make it into school. I muscled through it. It pretty much was like that through most of high school, and I got my first trade job as a tool and die maker, and I did that for about 3 years. And a lot of times in those years, I would go to work and be so sick I'd have to go home or call in, just because of this condition. I remember one time, 1 year at that place, is fucking ridiculous. I don't know how I didn't get fired, but I had like 14 fucking sick days that I took in 1 year, which is crazy. That's a lot. Most places would just can you, but I don't know. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So after that, I just kept dealing with it. I was always in the shower, and my dad showed me this article, because he's always against me smoking weed, and he's like, "Oh, it's because you're smoking fucking too much weed. It's because you're smoking weed." Now it's like, I was in denial. I'm like, no, it's not. Weed, they give weed to cancer patients. Weed helps people not be nauseous. Weed's everything. Weed's beautiful. No, I couldn't think, no way. You know what I mean? So, he showed me, he's like, no, they take hot showers, and that's how you know you kind of have it, because that's what gives everybody who has CHS. This usually helps. Either a heating pad, a bath, or a hot shower on your stomach helps. So I was still in denial. Fast forward a little bit, I think about 3 years ago, to my first hospital visit. This was during like the fucking quarantine lockdown bullshit. So I bought this chocolate bar off my buddy. It was like 1,000 milligrams, this thing. Huge chocolate bar. And I was always a really heavy pot smoker. I did the concentrates, did everything. So I never really felt like I got too affected from edibles. So I bought this 1,000 milligram edible, and I just ate the whole thing by myself. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I was just gaming, just ate it. Woke up in the morning and was the sickest I've ever been in my entire life. It was absolutely insane. And then I didn't eat for a whole day. I was just literally just had a bucket by my bed, just kept filling it up, like dumping the bucket, lying on my heating pad, in and out of the shower. It was absolutely hell. And this went on for 3 days. And after the third day of not sleeping or eating, I called myself an ambulance and went to the hospital. And the doctor told me, he said, this is not going to stop until you do. He said, after legalization, we've seen this happen a lot more. I honestly felt like I was the only one I knew, or the only one in the fucking world, for that matter, who has this, because it's so rare. But he told me that, and I listened to him. I stayed sober for probably about a couple weeks, and then I always tell myself, oh, I can just have a little bit. Always right back to where I was. I remember when I went to Jamaica, I was 18 years old. I spent most of my time in the hotel room, in the fucking shower, because I did not feel good. I missed like a lot of that vacation, simply because I didn't have weed. Like, they have weed out there, it's Jamaica, but the weed's like, at least the weed I was getting on the resort was not very potent, so it wasn't meeting my standards, and it was essentially like I wasn't having any, and I was really sick the whole time. It was brutal. Fast forward more, I just dealt with it. That was the only hospital visit, but I dealt with it for years and years and years. Last year, it got so bad, I went through such a bad bout, I said, fuck this, I'm done. Got sober for, this was the longest I think I got sober. It was almost 2.5 months. And I started going to the gym every day. I was able to eat by miracle within like a week. I was able to eat full meals of pasta and food, and like not just soup and little fucking Mickey Mouse meals, like something, the real deal. I put on, I think, like 15 pounds. It was awesome. I had pride in myself. I was happy. My posture was even better. I had confidence. Like, fuck, the list goes on, man. It was bliss. And then one night I was out drinking with my buddy, and he had a joint going, and he's like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's not gonna hurt you, just do it once. He's like, why don't you just treat yourself? You've been doing good, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fuck it. Did it. I was already pretty drunk, so I ended up just spinning and throwing up everywhere, not feeling good. It ruined my night. Woke up the next morning, had the worst hangover of my life. I said, you know what, fuck it. I smoked last night, I'll just smoke a little bit just to get rid of this hangover. Like, why not? It helped. I felt completely fine. I was so high. So high. When you don't smoke for a while, yeah, it's quite something. And it felt great. And I started doing it again every day, and before I knew it, I was right back to where I was. Fast forward a little bit, I became a plumber. I'm a plumber right now. I had to go to my first year of trade school, and this is very recent. I told myself I was going to quit, and all through school I've just been smoking every day. The weekend will come, I'll throw out all my pipes, all my paraphernalia, throw out all my shit, try to make it through Saturday. I get so sick, and then come Sunday I'm like, I need to get weed or else I won't be able to make it into school or work on Monday. Anyways, Friday I decided to put it down. Today's Sunday, so it's only been 2 days, barely been eating. This is actually the best I felt in those 2 days. But that's just kind of my story with Cannabinoid Hyperemesis Syndrome. The hardest part for me is just, as for most people who get into this situation, you usually love pot if you smoke it a lot. It's people who smoke a lot of weed, it's not because they don't like it. They usually like it if you do it a lot. So the fact that the doctor had told me that the only way, and this is true, the only way to get rid of this is complete abstinence in any form. CBD, Delta fucking whatever, Delta 1, CBD, THC, fucking every single form of cannabis, the lotion, everything. You can't do anything. And that's a pretty hard pill to swallow for me, because I really do love smoking weed. And I've quit so many times. It's usually for like a week or two, and then I'm right back into it. And that's the part that scares me as well, is knowing what it feels like to smoke after having a tolerance break. It's almost like another drug. It's crazy. If you smoke every day, it's not the same as when you take a month or two off and smoke. It's like a brick in the face. So that's I think that's actually the harder part than even getting through these couple days of feeling really sick and shitty. Like, that's very difficult to get through, but I honestly believe that it's harder to realize why you were in this situation in the first place, because you think, oh, it's even me. I play tricks on myself. It's like it never happened when I don't smoke for a month. It's like, oh, it's just weed. It's like, yeah, I'll just moderate it. It's like, if you have CHS, like myself, or if you're watching this, you probably heard about it or have it or know somebody who does. If you have this condition, you can't ever smoke weed again. And that's tough, because a lot of things in my life I associate with weed. So, you know, I think that's the most difficult part of getting through this, is accepting that fact. There's people, I'm in a group chat on Facebook. It's a lot of people are in this chat. I think like 40,000 people. It's called Cannabinoid Hyperemesis Syndrome. And there's people that give me motivation and inspiration in there that have quit for 5+ years and haven't gone back to it ever. Then I see people that quit for 2 years, smoked again, and they're right back to where they were. So, I guess that's it, guys. I don't really have a whole lot more to say. Wish me the best of luck. I'm still trying to recover here. I don't feel the best. But I'm going to make it through this, and I know you guys are too, if you're going through this. Comment. I'll get back to all your comments if ever anybody even fucking watches this video. But anyways, love you guys, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thanks for watching.